GameStop is up over 8% today on some news that they hired an executive officer from Amazon to run their growth operations at GameStop, as well as brought two executives over from Ryan Cohen's former business, Chewy, and that is what made GameStop pop in the first place. So I do think this is good news, and we're going to get into if you guys should buy it, what I see going forward, and what I am really looking for coming out of GameStop, because there's one thing in particular that could change the whole valuation of GameStop. So I think you guys are going to like this, so stick with me. For those of you guys that are new to the channel and never been here before, my name is Tyler. I am 22 years old on April 1st. I'm a real estate agent as well as a real estate investor. I bought my first property at 19 years old, so don't listen to anybody. You can do anything you set your mind to, and I pretty much started trading stocks around the same time and instantaneously fell in love with both stocks and real estate. So that's what I do on this channel, and all I ask for in return is that you not hit the like button or subscribe. That is totally a choice. I ask you to comment down below. Let me know your opinion on the topic. In this case, we were talking about GameStop. So let me know if you traded it, if you like it, if you don't like it, what the future is for GameStop. Let me know down below. I respond to every single comment and love to talk to you guys. So GameStop was up about 8% today. I'm sure you guys already know that. But the reason, if you did not know, they hired Elliot Wilk, an Amazon.com Inc. executive, to be its chief growth officer effective April 5th, and hired two former Chewy Inc. executives. Now, Ryan Cohen, he was the founder of Chewy. He sold Chewy, so he is not on the board or anything for Chewy anymore. I believe he might be on the board for a couple more years. I might be wrong there. I haven't looked into it that much. But it says Mr. Cohen had urged the company to shift away from its bricks and mortar centric business model and instead focus on e-commerce and other technology driven operations. Now, this is big. If you guys have been following this story, Ryan Cohen said that GameStop is unique in the fact of used games. So people take their games there, right? Everybody knows what GameStop does. They will give you money and then they sell them back to other people for a profit. Now, if they could create some, and this is totally my theory, so I'm totally speculating here. This is probably not going to happen. I think it'd be a good idea, but I don't think it's actually going to happen, if that makes sense. It could. I'm hoping it happens, but it's probably a very low probability they will actually do this. Now, my idea, what if they created an eBay type deal for used games where you could still sell your used games because there's still people with used games that want the actual disc and people could just buy them, but it's all online. There's no need for their retail stores. Obviously, it wouldn't take away from their whole business. They're going to do other things like get computer parts in there, all that stuff. But if they could create an eBay of sorts for used games and even bidding type deal, then that could be huge for the company. And that's what I would speculate at this point to drive massive innovation and growth, because that's what GameStop needs, is innovation and growth. So that is just my wild opinion. It may happen, it may not happen. I would love to see it happen, and that's what I mean. It'll change the valuation of GameStop. So I wanted to tell you guys that in the beginning of the video. So for those of you guys that don't stick through it, that is my opinion on what they will do for GameStop. Before we get into the technical analysis, I want to ask you guys a question. Now, when we come here, this wasn't not really part of the video, but when you come to institutional holdings, 420 institutions with 97.83 million shares, and the total shares outstanding are 69.94 million, which is the percentage owned of GameStop in institutional shares are 139.88%. I can't say I've ever seen anything over 100% or even like over like 90%. Most of the time it's anywhere from 40 to 70%, pretty much at the highest. So let me know down below if you guys know what's going on with this. And look, I'll even refresh the page and it's the same. So I don't know if it's glitching out or just hasn't updated or why it would be over 100%. That really doesn't make sense to me. But let me know down below if you guys have any knowledge on why this is coming up like this, because I would love to know. Now, I think the technicals really paint the picture on what is going to happen with GameStop, and it is very, very bullish from what I can tell. Now, first things first, what I see, obviously, we bottomed out around $113 March 24th, ran up to about $220 2 days later, March 26th. And then we held this 180 support level pretty firmly, pretty strongly. We almost came down there at one point today and then bounced right off of it. And when I say it came pretty close to it, we were still, within a couple dollars of the 180 mark. So there is a strong support level around 180. And if we can see, just not too long ago, we were at $220 a share. So it's no shocker. I'm going to draw my trend line to $220 a share because I could see us gapping straight up to $220 a share. And that is where we will get some kind of resistance level. I'm pretty certain on that. We will get a resistance level around $220 because that is where we topped out last time. And if we take it back, go to the 30-minute chart, it's puny compared to where it was before. But the $200 level was about where we seen resistance the last time. If we even look back around here, March 17th, around 220 is really where you start to see some resistance come in. And if we just paint the trend line, around literally $220, $222 is where we start to see some level of resistance. So now if we zoom back in, this was back here in earlier March, and that's where my other support lines were from last videos. I keep the charts the same so we can revise them and go look back and see how accurate it was. So overall, the technicals do look good, supporting my claim going to $220. Now, if we can get some momentum above $220, then I think it's quite possible, we could go to about 290. That's where we're going to see some level of resistance again, I am sure of it. 290 to 300. But if we get momentum above 220, I think 250 is more than reasonable because that is where we gapped down last time and there is no real resistance level. When traders look at this, they are looking for key indicators like I am looking at for the stock to hit certain levels and go off of the momentum and the price action moving forward. So if I were to put my money on it, red or black per se, I would put it on we are going to at least $220. I think there's a smaller chance that we go to 250, but I do think it is a good chance we could go to 250. Probably around 20 to 50% chance we're going to 250. Now, I think there's about a 95% chance we're going to 220. So if you want to trade this, I would be mindful of that it's going to be hard to get over that 220 mark. Well, 250, I should say. It's going to be pretty easy to get to 220, in my opinion. So I would keep that in mind. I would keep your stop losses on whatever strategies you guys use. Protect yourself at all costs. So I'm going to wrap up the video right there. I would love to say that GameStop is a good long-term investment, but from my standpoint, there's not enough growth or innovation to justify its current valuation. Now, they only have a $9 billion market cap, and I know we didn't get into that very much, but that is relatively small for a Fortune 500 company like GameStop. Now, just the issue is lack of growth and lack of innovation, a stale business model. So as much as I want to say that this is a good long-term investment, I cannot say that at this point. I cannot deceive you guys just for the clickbait, the likes, whatever the case is, but I do think this makes a better trade. So if you're involved with this in a trade, I do think it is a good trade, like I said, and I might even trade this myself. I have not decided yet. The technicals are clear, and I would put my money on GameStop at least going to 220, but I cannot vouch for it being a good long-term investment, and seriously, come to your own conclusion. Do your own research because you could lose a lot of money by trading this. So just know the risk. Keep that in mind. I'm not endorsing any long-term investment, anything like that. I think it's a good trade. But with that being said, you guys stay cool out there. I'm going to get out of here. Enjoy the rest of my day. I hope you guys do as well. I will see you later. And before I go anywhere, I have a Discord link in the description. If you made it to the end of this video, consider subscribing and clicking on the Discord link in the description. It's free 99. I send out all of my buy and sell alerts for stocks and options, like I said, for free in real time when I make them. So come make a killing with us over there. Talk some good conversations, whatever you guys want to do, as well as down below in the comments. I respond on both platforms, so feel free to do that. And like I said, I'm going to get out of here. Peace out.